Hey, what up, collectors? Diego here with another common and base sports cards throwback break. I am sorry for the delay. My son just didn't want to sleep. He's been kind of under the weather and had a late nap, and I paid the consequences with a late night, with the late night here. Okay, so what we have is a value pack. It's a basically like a 4 card pack. We have your three packs and then one red, white, and blue pack that's in there. And then this is what I call a value hanger pack of that. And then we're going to have a Breaker's Dozen blaster box. Now, you saw some packs underneath. There's some extra packs for me being late. So, anyway, let's get to see which box we're going to open tonight. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 boxes here. I'm going to go to the number generator, and I'm going to go ahead and change that 1 to a 5, and I'm going to generate a number generate a number to see what box we're going to open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's how it's going to go. Generating a number, it says number 4, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to take these other boxes away, get them out of the way for now, close up some of this other stuff, put these more towards the middle, and go ahead and put up some stuff over on the side here. All right, so one of the things we do is our double up players. If any one of these players on the list come out from 1988 to 1990, from a pack that's 1988 to 1993, you guys will get a mystery card that'll be wrapped like this in your package. And then if you have expansion team player that comes out, like Luis Gonzalez, he could be from any year, but he just has to be in the Arizona Diamondback uniform. Same thing with Jeff Conine and Carl Crawford. No problem with Helton because Helton played for Colorado the whole time. All right, the other thing that we have is our binder builders. Okay, what we're doing is we're looking for these players to add cards to build a collection of cards. When TVP, Ty Van Poppel, is pulled, the collection of cards will be awarded to one of the collectors in the break that he has pulled. All right, so right now we're trying to look for Joey Cora, Bobby Bonilla, Fred McGriff, or Roger Clemens before he comes out. They can come out 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, and that just means that there's that many cards for that break there. Anyway, we're going to move on to that. As you see down at below, that is the ticker that has all the team names on there and stuff like that. And I think that's about it. Oh yeah, the Hall of Famer thing. For every Hall of Famer pulled in the break, you get entered into a random for each Hall of Famer you get for your team. And the Hall of Famer pull will get you a chance to choose the prize that you want. And today's prize for this break is either a Barry Zito little jersey relic card or a Ken Griffey Jr. optic card. So what happens to the other card? Well, that's a good question. The other card goes to the person who did not get a Hall of Famer in the break. For every team that you don't have a Hall of Famer pulled, you get into another random. So you get a chance to come away with something. All right. So with that being said, let's get started with the break. Need my Kniffy. Don't forget to stay around for the end if you can, because I'm late. If you can, stay around for the end because we'll do our everybody's favorite game, the Don't Get Moose Challenge. I always say challenge. It's a thing now to always say challenge. But anyway, it's the Don't Get Moose game. Basically, it's a little board game. Let's see what's in the Breaker's Dozen box. 12 packs in here. And we have 1993 O-Pee-Chee, That is going to be followed by Topps Big Leagues, the blue cards. I think there's only like 4 or 5 of them. And then we have Honus Bonus from 2017. Basically, these cards don't have any logos or anything. They keep them in black and white, but they're still pretty cool. We did pull a 1-of-1 from there. 1998 Series 2 Collector's Choice. 1998 Series 2 Collector's Choice. 2010 Series 1 Baseball Upper Deck. Pinnacle, 1992. We follow that with a jumbo pack. They feel like they're kind of, feels like a hard pack, but hopefully they all come out nicely. 1995 Score Series 1. 2008 Upper Deck SP. 2003 Upper Deck Victory. Upper Deck products. They seem to be easier to get. 1990 Topps. Followed by 1990 Donruss. And then the last pack is our, feels like there's a bunch of cards in here, Throwback Repack. And then those are cards from my collection that don't fit in my collection that I give out to you guys. Basically just makes it a free pack. And being that it's the 12th pack and it has 0 cost, that means that you guys basically are... Video is paused on your end. Try and see. I don't see it paused. I'm watching from my phone, and usually my phone will cut out before anybody else's does. And I'm also watching the video on there, so might want to refresh. Okay, so we do have this here, our Panini Prizm. That'll be the feature presentation. I'm also adding in some cards for being late. 1988 Donruss, 1990 Fleer, and one of these jumbo packs that have random cards in it. 30 baseball cards in here. So I'm going to add that in there too. So these are 3 extra things. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 packs that were in the box. So, like some of my friends would say, like some of my friends would say in the baseball card community, let's grip and rip. We're going to do the 1995 baseball first because this one here, there's a good chance that it's going to be stuck together. Good chance the cards might have some snow on them, stuff like that, but we'll still look for the Hall of Famers and try and get those guys, like that Dave Winfield that's right on top. But they all have that nice 90s stick to them. And I'll let you know if the card looks pretty bad, you know. And sometimes if the card does look too bad, I will give a card for it. I try and note them when I sort, you know, if cards really look really bad. So I'm going to try and send a mystery card out for them. Or sometimes like this checklist card. I don't want to show these ones here because they're, put those behind, and that one was loose. What was I saying? Oh yeah, sometimes I just, like, if the whole pack is bad, I'll add in something, but I already added in something already, so I'm not trying to do that too much. The point of the game is to have fun with the cards, but I still want to, I like the shopping part of it, so buying new stuff so we can open up like this 1995 Score. We lead it off with the Detroit Tigers and Mickey Tettleton. I always liked his name. Then we have Shane Mack for the Minnesota Twins, followed by Glenn Allen Hill for the Cubbies. And like I said, my thing will go out first before anybody's. Then we have Don Mattingly for the Yankees, followed by Darren Lewis for the Giants. Jim Edmonds for the Angels. I like that one. Steve Howe for the Yankees. Hall of Famer Trevor Hoffman for the Padres, followed by Hall Gold Jose Rijo for the Reds. David Justice for the Atlanta Braves, gold card. And a gold Joe Bowover for the Detroit Tigers. We also have Craig Prickle for the Mariners, rookie card, followed by Mike Stanley for the Yankees. Tony Castillo for the Toronto Blue Jays, followed by Darryl Strawberry for the Giants. Looks like he's mad, like somebody benched him. Damn it, I wanted to play. Mike Laviere for the White Sox. Rick Aguilera for the Twins. Zane Smith for the Pittsburgh Pirates, followed by Charlie Hayes for the Rockies. Randy Myers for the Chicago Cubs, followed by Kevin Seitzer for the Milwaukee Brewers. Then the Hall of Famer Dave Winfield, which was the top card when I opened the pack. So 2 Hall of Famers in there. We have Dave Winfield and Trevor Hoffman. I like the gold David Justice in there, so that he'll have a chance at being one of the top 6. Don't forget to vote for the top 6. The top 6 cards, what will happen is they'll go into the winners will go into a random, and the owners of those cards will get a chance to have their card graded. All right, so we're going to do some 1990. Yeah, maybe 1990 Donruss. I think I said 91 before. 1990 Donruss. Puzzle pieces will stay here. Did we get a Fred McGriff, Roger Clemens, Bob? No Joey Cora either. I always make one name kind of hard. There's a puzzle piece, which we'll keep here. And let's go with our 1990 Donruss, the red. Ricky Jordan for the Phillies, followed by Hall of Famer Barry Larkin for the Cincinnati Reds. Greg Harris for the Padres. Kurt Manwaring for the Giants. John Smiley for the Pirates. Jeff Treadway for the Atlanta Braves. Ryan D. Sandberg for the Chicago Cubs, Hall of Famer. Howard Johnson, Hojo for the Mets. Jeffrey Leonard for the Mariners, 00. Dave Steve, I never know how to say his name, but I know a Toronto Blue Jay fan who might share that pronunciation to me. For the Blue Jays. Double-up player Kent Herbeck for the Minnesota Twins. So the Twins will get an extra card in their package. Diamond Kings of Kevin Mitchell for the Giants, followed by Junior Felix for the Blue Jays. Here's a checklist card that'll stay here. Vince Coleman for the Cardinals, and Mitch Williams for the Cubs. I put those down here and I didn't want them down there. I've got two Hall of Famers. We'll sleeve them up. Nothing to write home about for those. All right, let's move on to the third inning. The third inning brings us 1990 Topps Baseball. One of the additional packs. Or no, wait, this was one that was inside. Never mind. We have the Gumstick card. The Gumstick Relic card is... Actually, no, there's no Gumstick. The Gumstain card is Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn for the San Diego Padres. Then we have a promotional card here. Put that off to the side. Nobody gets that. Matt Williams, double-up player for the San Francisco Giants. Followed by Costello for the Cardinals. Then we have Felix Jose for the Athletics. Darren Jackson for the Padres. Don Paul for the Chicago White Sox. Chris Bosio for the Milwaukee Brewers. Terry Leach for the Kansas City Royals. Tom Henke for the Toronto Blue Jays. Gary Gaetti for the Minnesota Twins. Kind of like that card. Art Howe for the Houston Astros. Willie McGee for the Cardinals. Followed by Jeff Robinson for the Detroit Tigers. Dave LaPointe for the Yankees. Mark Davis for the Padres. And Charlie O'Brien, the guy who's first started wearing, or that I remember first started wearing a hockey mask in professional baseball. That's one of the reasons why I like goalies as well. I always wanted one of those masks. When I did some catching when I got a little bit fatter in high school. I got cut the 1 year, and I've usually played second base. I was supposed to be sleeving up for Tony Gwynn, the Hall of Famer. Didn't have a double-up player in there. I didn't put him off to the side. And that goes over there. These go up here. Gary Gaetti would go over there. And we're going to open up some 1992 Pinnacle. What's Series 1? All right, to start it off, we have Dave Righetti for the Giants, followed by Jose Guzman. I was going to say Juan Guzman. Jose Guzman for the Rangers. Mark Kubica for the Royals. That's a double-up player for the Kansas City Royals. Then we have Willie McGee for the Giants, followed by Hall of Famer Edgar Martinez for the Mariners. Jay Buhner, also for the Mariners. Royce Clayton, his rookie prospect card for the Giants. Oh, this one's pretty cool. We have the Oakland A's. This is actually Ken Griffey Jr.'s card. All right? Because he's the guy who his idol is Rickey Henderson. So there's two Hall of Famers on that card right there. Ken Griffey Jr. and Rickey Henderson. We'll put him off to the side, but that's a pretty cool card. I actually like that card. Brian Barber for the Cardinals, first round draft pick. Then we have Jerome Walton for the Cubs. Jose Oquendo, double-up player for the Cardinals. Followed by David Segui for the Padres. I said the Padres, for the Orioles. Hall of Famer Cal Ripken Jr. for the Orioles. And I was going to put him there. Mo Vaughn for the Boston Red Sox. Followed by Junior Felix for the Angels. And we got one of our binder builder guys, Fred McGriff. So we're going to be adding right now we have 4 cards for the binder builder. I haven't picked them out yet, but we have 4 cards in the collection. Now we're going to have 5, thanks to the appearance of Mr. Fred McGriff in our break before Todd Van Poppel shows his face. Right. Like I said, we have 3 Hall of Famers in this pack. We did get 2 double-up players as well. There's Cal Ripken. This one's probably going to be one of the ones that are going to be in the thing over here. And in the top 6 cards of the break, there's Edgar Martinez. All right, so that's pretty cool. Let's go with some... I'm going to go with the 2003 victory, since it's right on top. we have Kerry Wood. Oh, cards are together. We lead it off with Kerry Wood for the Chicago Cubs. Then we have Jason Kendall for the Pittsburgh Pirates. My dad, that was one of my dad's favorite players. My dad's a Pirates fan. I'm a Phillies fan. Adrian Beltre for the Dodgers, sure to be Hall of Famer. Tony Bautista for the Orioles, followed by Lance Berkman for the Houston Astros, solid hit card. Usually the solid hit cards are foil on the back. Then we have a green Tony Bautista and then a promotional card. That's pretty cool. We got a green Tony Bautista, but that solid hit will go in over here. These go over there. And bada bing, bada boom. I'm going to open up this 30 card pack right here. Random cards in this pack. I will probably have to flip them around and stuff like that before we open them up. This is not a card, but let me go through and get these in the right order. You can see the landscape cards if you want to. Keep your eyes closed for this part of the break. These variety packs are kind of, I buy them because they're fun to open, and they have so many different ones, you know. But I don't get them sold anymore, so I don't know. I have to find something else to feed my buying. Oh wait, breaks. Yeah, that's it. I buy into other breaks. That's how I get some of the cards for prizes. Anyway, we have Marty Barrett for the Red Sox, followed by Bill Pecota for the New York Mets, Henry Mejia for the New York Mets. For the Colorado Rockies, we have Jason Hamill. Then we have David Segui for the Mets, Felipe Lira for the Detroit Tigers, Lynn Jones for the Tigers, Anthony Telford for the Orioles, Brian Snyder, 1986 Topps, Mariners, Kelly Gruber, double-up player for the Toronto Blue Jays, so the Blue Jays will get an extra card, Jim Schneider for the Mariners, followed by Doyle Alexander for the Detroit Tigers, Jesse Roscoe for the Indians, followed by Jimmy Key for the Blue Jays, Kent Herbeck, we know he's a double-up player. You can check on that list over there. And Mike Greenwell is also a double-up player for the Boston Red Sox. So that's 3 cards given away. Here we have classic combos. We have Chase Utley of the Phillies and Ichiro Suzuki for the Seattle Mariners. This card usually goes to the team on the left, so this will go to the Phillies. Mark Redmond for the Kansas City Royals, followed by Willie Randolph for the New York Yankees Rookie Cup card. That is a pretty nice, sharp-looking card in there. That is definitely going to be in the one of the top ones. Dwight Smith for the Chicago Cubs, followed by a fat head of Scott Erickson. Double-up player Andy Van Slyke for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Sean Hilligus for the Chicago White Sox. Eric Davis for the Reds. Greg Harris for the Padres. Then we have Dan Quisenberry for the Cardinals. Charlie Hudson for the Phillies, followed by Miguel Montero for the Diamondbacks. Gene Petrelli for the Blue Jays, followed by Joe Oliver for the Cincinnati Reds. All right, let's do this 1989. 1989 Don Russ. Puzzle piece will go over here. Cards will come over here. We have Terry, 1988. I said 89. I meant 88. Terry Pendleton for the Cardinals, followed by John Cerroti for the Blue Jays. Mike Laviere for the Pirates, followed by Casey Candel for the Montreal Expos. Checklist card, we'll put that off to the side. Rafael Santana for the New York Mets, followed by Dave Parker for the Cincinnati Reds. Steve Farr for the Royals, followed by Ron Oyster for the Reds, or at least I think it is. Double up player Benito Santiago for the San Diego Padres, followed by Mike Pagliarulo for the New York Yankees. Doug Jones for the Cleveland Indians, followed by double up player Matt Williams for the Giants. Donnie Moore for the Angels, followed by Rick Russell for the Giants. Good stuff there. Good stuff. All right. We're going to go with this 2010 Upper Deck pack before we open that 1990 Fleer. Just to save time, I'm going to just go ahead and just have to deal with the flipping here, if any. We have Marlon Byrd for the Texas Rangers, followed by Cleet Thompson for the Detroit Tigers. Star rookie of Luis Durango for the Padres. Then we have Russell Martin for the Dodgers. These cards are too shiny. Luis Castillo, trying to get his name to show. Luis Castillo for the New York Mets, followed by Jake Peavy for the Chicago White Sox. Carlos Silva for the Seattle Mariners, followed by Kurt Suzuki for the Oakland A's. Rich Hill for the Baltimore Orioles, followed by Jake Fox for the Chicago Cubs. Fox goes 4 for 4 with a home run in the series finale. 2009, August 23rd biography. Matt Gamble for the Milwaukee Brewers, followed by Adam LaRoche for the Atlanta Braves. Then we have Jack Teschner for the Phillies, followed by Luis Perdomo for the San Diego Padres. Brandon Phillips for the Cincinnati Reds, followed by Jose Guillen for the Kansas City Royals. The ballpark card is Miami Marlins Park. And then we have a team checklist, which includes Clayton Kershaw and Matt Kemp for the Dodgers. Nobody in there interests me. Okay, now we're going to do 1998 Collector's Choice. Okay. All right, our first card for Collector's Choice, we have Jeffrey Hammonds for the Baltimore Orioles, followed by, as soon as they come apart, Ishmael Valdez for the Dodgers. Then we have Alan Watson for the Angels. That is followed by Toronto Blue Jays, Alex Gonzalez. Jose Vidro, MLB Diamond debut for the Montreal Expos. Then we have Marquise Grissom, pretty cool card, for the Milwaukee Brewers. We got a checklist card here. There we go. Checklist card here, and it has, which one's the front? It has Tony Gwynn on it. So I'm going to give this to the Padres, and that'll enter in for the Hall of Famer pile. Then we have John Flaherty for the Tampa Bay Rays. The silver border card of now Hall of Famer Larry Walker, National League All-Star. Then we have Ray Lankford, silver card for his All-Star appearance. That is for the Cardinals. Oh, wait, that's going over here this way. Our next card is Terry Steinbach for the Minnesota Twins. And then we have a Frank Thomas. What does it say? StarQuest. Frank Thomas insert card. And that is a Hall of Famer card and probably will be in the top 6. I'll put him there. Get Larry Walker, the new Hall of Famer. And I'll put this in for the San Diego Padres because it has, on the back it has Ken Griffey Jr. and then there's Tony Gwynn, something about Tony Gwynn there, so I'll put that in. Give you guys a chance. Here we go. All the other cards will come off to the side here. And we'll do this 1990 Fleer pack. I'll keep the stickers. You guys get the rest. All right, here we go. We have Neil Heaton for the Pittsburgh Pirates, followed by Jerry Reed for the Seattle Mariners, Ken Daly for the Cardinals, followed by Hall of Famer Wade Boggs for the Boston Red Sox, Dave Gallagher for the Chicago White Sox, Danny Jackson for the Cincinnati Reds, Otis Nixon for the Montreal Expos, Mike Schooler. I used to hate getting this guy. This Fleer 90 was the first pack that I actually started opening back in 1991. So, and I kept on getting this guy. Rick Russell for the Giants, followed by, and Kevin Ritz was the other guy. Detroit Tigers, Kevin Ritz. Alfredo Griffin for the Dodgers, followed by Ben McDonald for the Orioles. Dave Smith for the Houston Astros. Mike Moore for the A's, and Ken Patterson, I believe he was another one that I kept on getting, for the Chicago Cubs, or White Sox, I'm sorry. So those are there. We got one Hall of Famer, Wade Boggs for the Boston Red Sox. That'll get the Boston Red Sox into the random to try and get that Barry Zito or the Ken Griffey Jr. card. All right. Bonus. Bonus cards. We have JD Martinez. I have to look at the back to see what team he's on for the Detroit Tigers. I don't know if I can see that very well. But that is for JD Martinez for the Detroit Tigers, followed by Bryce Harper for the Washington Nationals. Pretty obvious there. Luis Severino for the New York Yankees. That is the Bronx. Fernando Rodney for the Miami Marlins. Jake Arrieta for the Chicago Cubs, North Side. Justin Smoke, that is for the Toronto Blue Jays. Oh, by the way, Justin Smoke has the silver, the foil emblem, not the regular emblem. Hernan Perez for the Milwaukee Brewers. And Brian McCann for the Houston Astros. Gotta put Harper in that. JD Martinez, too. He's running with the bat. All right, let's do this little blue pack of Topps Big Leagues. They're all the blue cards from the blaster box. Count them as a pack. Sometimes I'll open up a blaster box and make it part of the products in the boxes. We have Andrelton Simmons for the Angels, of course. Then we have Carlos Santana for the for the Cleveland Indians. I was going to say Chicago. Brandon Crawford for the Giants. followed by Delino DeShields for the Texas Rangers. 4-card pack there. 1993 O-Pee-Chee Premier is our next pack. And there's a Hall of Famer right off the bat. We have Hall of Famer Frank Thomas, star performer for the Chicago White Sox. And behind him is Neon Deion Sanders for the Atlanta Braves. Then we have Mike Harkley for the Minnesota Twins, followed by Charlie Hayes for the Rockies, Jimmy Key for the Yankees, Jeff Conine, double-up player. He's in the Florida Marlins uniform, so he'll be a double-up player. Adding a card to the Florida Marlins packet. Will Cordero for the Montreal Expos, David Hulse for the Texas Rangers, and Hall of Famer Andre Dawson for the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox getting another chance at the prize card. And also the Chicago White Sox with their second entry in. Come on, go in. All right, everybody else. I'll put Neon Deion over here. Everybody else goes up there. All right, 2 more packs and then our feature presentation. Okay, this is 2008 Upper Deck SP. Only 5 cards in the pack, I believe. Yeah, 5 cards in the pack. And they are Ryan Zimmerman for the Washington Nationals. Very nice looking cards. Yankee Stadium Legacy, we have Andy Pettitte. We have Justin Verlander for the Detroit Tigers, followed by Brian Roberts for the Baltimore Orioles, and Freddie Sanchez for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, let's see what's in the Throwback repack. I would definitely like to know what you guys think of the Throwback repack so far, and what I've put in, what I have put inside thus far. I'm always curious to see if it's worth doing all the time. All right, so what we have is for the Throwback repack. Looks like they're Heritage cards. Yes, they are. Heritage from 2017, Topps Heritage. We have Lucas Duda for the Mets, followed by Anthony Scalafini for the Reds, Henry Owens for the Boston Red Sox. Then we have the home run leaders, Mark Trumbo, Nelson Cruz, and Chris Davis. This will go to the Baltimore Orioles. John Lackey for the Chicago Cubs, followed by the Minnesota Twins card. Rick Porcello for the Boston Red Sox, followed by Donar Spain for the Giants. Adrian Gonzalez for the Dodgers, and Cam Pedrosian for the Angels. So nice pack there. All right, let's get into our feature presentation. That is the hanger, value pack hanger. I don't know what to call them, because you got the hanger pack, right? You get the hanger pack, and then you have the hanger packs, the jumbo packs. You have these that have packs inside of them. I'm like, I don't know what to call them anymore. So I just do what I do. All right, Panini Prizm, let's open the first pack and see what's inside. Yes, I will sleeve all these cards, most likely right after the break. Looking for some cool cards in here, some nice color, hopefully. Nice little shine. Let's see what we get in the first pack. There are 3 packs with 4 cards, and I think the last pack has 3 cards, and they're all red, white, and blue. All right, we lead it off with Jason Hayward for the Cardinals. Oh, look at that. My new Philly. Didi Gregorius for the New York Yankees. Look at that. Purple. Numbered to 37 of 999. 37 of 99 Panini Prizm. Congratulations to Nick Fusco, who's getting this card. I should have known that. Nick is always getting the Yankees. There we go. Congratulations, Nick. That's definitely going into the top one, one of the top ones. Then we got Nolan Arenado Prism card for the Colorado Rockies, followed by Mike Zunino for the Seattle Mariners. I'm not wasting any time. I'm going to sleeve these as I go along because they are chrome. Not chrome, but they're like, you know, they're the Prism cards. They're the shiny cards. All right. All right, next one. Next pack. Pack number 2. 2 of 4. We have Brandon Belt for the San Francisco Giants. Followed by Rue. I'm not going to say his full name. Rue for the Los Angeles Dodgers. We have a rookie card of Edwin Escobar for the Boston Red Sox. And Matt Schumacher for the Angels. Matt Schumacher for the Angels. Let me take these other ones down. Okay. Trying not to get my grubby hands on them. Should start wearing gloves. So I can feel it like the black gloves. I'm going to get black gloves. I want to feel real. Like a real breaker, you know. Alright, all those are nice and packaged away. We're going to open pack number 3 of 4. Alright, as I'm opening this pack, don't forget that if you do not get a card in the feature product, which is the Panini Prizm, you get a 20-cent discount on your thing. So the prices will be adjusted. Everything's at 85 cents, but prices will be adjusted accordingly. So for the San Francisco Giants, they got Hunter Pence. That is followed by George Springer for the Houston Astros. Then we got a Brian Dozier passion card for the Minnesota Twins. Hard to not get that in the full light. And then we have Mark Trumbo for the Arizona Diamondbacks. For 85 cents. I think that Didi Gregorius is just vicious. I don't know. I'm trying to make up my own word. You know what I mean? It's vicious. Yeah, vicious. All right. So the last pack is our red, white, and blue pack. There's 3 cards in the pack. All of them will be a Prism card, which is pretty cool. And that's why I like opening these. Hopefully I can find some more. Let's see what's inside. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Our first card is Yasiel Puig. Yasiel Puig for the Dodgers. I don't know who the Dodgers are going to. But Yasiel Puig for the Dodgers. Congratulations on that. Woo! Nicey, nicey. Then we have our next card is for the Detroit Tigers, rookie Buck Farmer. There was a farmer who had a name, and his name was Buck. I don't know. It's late, dude. There we go. Buck Farmer. Does that mean like he's like a farmer of deer? I don't know. But we will put him over there. And the final card. Good luck, everyone who doesn't have a card so far. You want one of the red, white, and blue ones to be one. But no, it'll go to Minnesota Twins. Brian Dozier again. We have Brian Dozier with the Passion card. And now we have Brian Dozier with a red, white, and blue card. So congrats to Minnesota. 85 cents for two nice cards. Two nice Prizm cards, plus Dave Winfield as your Hall of Famer to get you in a prize to try and win that Barry Zito or the Ken Griffey, depending on what you want. There you go. All right, guys. I'm going to put that Brian Dozier over there. That is it. That is our break for tonight. Awesome. Awesome. Pretty awesome. 47 minutes. All right, we did find a binder builder guy. That is Fred McGriff, so he's checked off the list. We got him before we pulled the Todd Van Poppel. Double up players, we got a lot of them. Look at this. We got Jeff Conine, Matt Williams, Benito Santiago, Andy Van Slyke, Mike Greenwell, Kent Herbeck, Kelly Gruber, Jose Oquendo, Mark Gubiczaw, Matt Williams, and Kent Herbeck again. So that means that all the guys will get an extra card in their package for those. Then we have our Hall of Famers that'll get a chance to either win this Barry Zito little jersey card or this Ken Griffey optic card, whichever one they want. The other one goes to the person who doesn't have a Hall of Famer. So if your team's not in this pile here, you get a second chance at winning something. We got Frank Thomas for the White Sox, Andre Dawson for the Red Sox, Dawson again for the Red Sox, Padres with Tony Gwynn, followed by Larry Walker for the Rockies, another Frank Thomas. Seattle Mariners get on the board with Edgar Martinez and Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. is the guy right there. Then we have Cal Ripken Jr. for the Orioles, Tony Gwynn again for the Padres, followed by Barry Larkin for the Reds, Ryan B. Sandberg for the Chicago Cubs, another Padres card, Trevor Hoffman, and then Dave Winfield. Oh, I'm sorry, this is not going to the Minnesota Twins. This is going to the Cleveland Indians. I thought it was going to, I was like, wait a second. That's the Indians logo. I always go by the logo, so that is going to qualify for the Indians instead of the Minnesota Twins. But for the Twins, you got that Brian Dozier, and you got two Kent Herbecks today, so you will get something in the mail. Okay, so that is basically it for the break. I'm going to take these cards, gently transfer them to my little holder. Hey, don't fall over yet. Put these all in there. Put them off to the side for now. I don't know where. And I'm going to adjust the camera real quick. Well, actually, it doesn't adjust that well, but, hey, it's a lot smaller. That's what she said. Hey, that's a lot smaller than I thought it would be. All right. So anyway, I'm stretching out this screen. You know what? It'll be better if I just do this. There you go. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up on the board. Yeah, we're upside down. I thought I had this already fixed. There you go. All right. So what we have is our big prize, our big board right here. What we have are 18 teams on the board. 18 teams on the board. We have. Let me figure out how to say this. We have 18 teams on the board. Each team has a Mike Mussina card behind him, behind it, except for one. Only one does not have a Mike Mussina card. That is the one that has handwriting on it and says, "Congratulations, you won." Your job is to tell me what team you think does not have a Mike Mussina card behind them. Depending on how many people play, we'll increase the we'll give you an increased chance of getting another shot at it. All right, so I'm going to point to the board right now and say go ahead and select your team. Hopefully you can see the two sides. I tried to make the picture a little bit bigger, but my camera doesn't zoom in or zoom out, so it kind of sucks that way. But, you know, what can you do? It was free. It was for Christmas. Anyway, let's see if anybody says anything. I see somebody laughed at me. Oh, that's Jason. I didn't sneeze today. Oh, Patrick comes in hot in the background and he says, let's go with the Angels. All right, the California Angels. And then Jason says the White Sox. By the way, you don't have to be part of the break to be in this. It's basically viewer participation. You know, so if you're participating in the break, you get a chance at it. All right. So Patrick Joyce said the Angels. Let's see if it's the Angels. Oh, you see that writing down there? Nope. No, sir. You are moosed. Mike Mussina was behind the California Angels. Then we had Jason Powell say the White Sox. There's the White Sox right there. Jason Powell says the White Sox. Let's see. Oh no. You are moosed. Mike Mussina does it again. Another victim trampled by the moose. We have Bill Pinder said the Phillies. Let's see if it's the Phillies. Take both cards out. Uh-oh. There's a little disturbance in the force. I don't know if the video just stopped. Hold on a second. I don't know what it's doing. I'm putting the card down. All right, guys. Since something's happening over there, basically, I'm going to try and turn my laptop around and see if you guys can see it. I don't know. But anyway, behind the Phillies was another moose. Sorry, Bill, but Bill, you know who I am, so you know if it's a moose, it's a moose. I don't know what happened to the camera. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can turn it off and then turn it back on. Oh, that's mine. Let me see if I can turn it off, turn it back on. I don't know, properties. I don't know what I did there. My camera just went kaput. My camera is like kaput. So we'll do it this way. Here we go. Now, we had Dallas come in and say Toronto, and Toronto is all the way over here, right there. So I'm going to pull that out. And there's a Mike Mussina card right behind him. So you are Moose too, sir. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with my camera. My camera went kaput. I might have to restart it. So anyway, thank you guys for joining the breaks. Thanks for all the things that all the support and all the stuff like that. All I have to say is peace out, collectors. Right? Peace out. I would have done another round, but I just can't. But peace out. No, wait, I'm in the wrong one. There we go.